Last time these two teams played, I was real angry with OG, and that hasn't really dissipated yet. So I'm very curious to see if we're going to, start this off with, getting back to normal. We can respect OG once again, or if it's going to start down at that low level, because it was really not that cool last time. They did have a good game in between it, where they were playing some other opponent that I can't remember at the moment. But against Gen.G, it was really dreadful. So we'll see if it is going to be different this time. Gen.G starting on the CT side, OG on the T side. First map here is Mirage. So big welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Flashpoint. If you're just joining us, it's going to be a lot of Counter-Strike coming up, and it seems like they've really got a lot of mid-control here, Gen.G, that should allow them. I mean, they're close to the B-bomb side. Right now, I think the CT side has a very good setup to see and defend what's coming.
Well, okay, so ESA commits that smoke to block off connector on A, but that's not going to really help too much here. OG now, they need to go charging onto the site immediately. Kusta's going to hit the first shot, though, from short. He's looking for a follow-up as well. Doesn't connect. Instead, it's ESA finding that kill. And now Kreese goes down next. ESA unleashing today, the beast. Wow, it was a clean shot from Exist, but it's a 3-on-3.
He actually tried to just dive down behind that truck and just got his head blown up. Well, bomb is down now, Semlo, and there is a smoke and a kid on Bentet, so retake is doable.
It's absolutely possible. They need to find somebody actually peeking out here from OG. They need to find one of them making a mistake, and Mantu going to be trading it. It's ESA, though. Just once again, utter domination here coming in from ESA. Really impressive stuff. He didn't even have Kevlar. He was just taking all those fights and hitting headshots.
Yeah, that worked out incredibly well. Gen.G not really stabilizing the situation, just the even trade, the 3-on-3. And then just a good afterplan. I thought as soon as Kusta got that kill, that's usually the setup for something amazing. This is, I can't believe it. Can we get that in slow motion at some later point? Oh my god,
wow,
what is wrong with Exist? That was sick.
That's what you kind of need, though, from Exist, right? He is in that stand-in role here on Gen.G. It's worth mentioning. Yeah. Sounds like there's a bit more of a mix in terms of leadership on the team, but that's also good to hear. I mean, you kind of want it to be loose and fast here. And that's a strength for Gen.G. Make it more difficult to predict what's coming from these guys, and they need to lean into that against OG right now. Nice molly, though, going to force them into the corner. Still holding in shadow. The smoke is there, and they're going to get caught. ESA finding one. Does he realize that Kusta's still here, though? Kusta could ruin their day.
Comes out. That's the bomb on the ground. Call maybe a little bit late. Even MBK doesn't really get the message in time. So suddenly 2-on-3 with the bomb on the ground. They do have the AK and actually two of them to try and do something with here. Sneaking in his Mantu. Would have loved to have had that kill immediately. And yeah, he's so worried. He knows that someone's there. It's going to be automatic, shooting him in the back instead. And Valden now in a 1 versus 2. Low on health and everything else. Man, that was... It's almost even hard to blame them, right? Because they did really check that smoke and found, the one guy they thought was there. Just how do you know that there's going to be 2?
Yeah, how do you know that there's going to be 2? But the fact that he gets 2 kills out of that?
Yeah, that was probably the problem.
That second kill shouldn't happen. Because the first guy to die, I didn't see who died, but he sees who's killing him and from where. So yeah, it should be instant from the teammates on A. Just they should whip around and take Kusta out. And that just did not happen whatsoever. But we're going to have a pot shot getting taken here by Automatic in a moment. Valda trying to predict where he's going to come from. With 20 seconds left, it's looking like he's just going to go ahead and back off and save this AK.
Yeah, doesn't want to try and risk it. I mean, at 20, he's definitely never going to get the kill, run across the site, plant the bomb. It's going to be so hard to do. So, yeah, I guess that's it. He'll have the armor and the AK and the smoke next round. It's not such a bad move, but from Gen.G's point of view, great second round. They get to pick up an AK and a MAC-10, so I guess that's also fair enough. Scout, yeah. I was going to say, you could have gone for either one. I think you could have justified both, but yeah. They had the grenade and everything else, but you're right. Yeah, this is the issue. It doesn't seem like... At least, maybe not an immediate call. I don't know. There wasn't that much time between them. Actually, when it was live, I thought it looked like it even took longer, but yeah, it was just a couple of seconds there. Hard to criticize, isn't it?
It's tough. But that is a disaster as far as OG are concerned. I think in order to build that confidence to go up against Gen.G here, considering they got 2-0'd by Gen.G last time these two teams played, to build up that confidence, I think you needed a strong start, which they got. They got the pistol, and they did it in fine fashion. But I think you needed the second round, too, to just keep building up. And then you get that strong start on the T side. You start feeling good about yourself. And you go from there. Instead, now we're left with, once again, OG with their backs to the wall, going for a 4-spy. Deagle, Kevlar, and 3 guys on OG have yet to get a kill. So at some point, these guys are going to have to wake up here. This will be the round.
Yeah, well, they got some Deagles in play. They can definitely do some damage with that. And Gen.G kind of giving up mid a bit. When you have the superior firepower, though, it's kind of okay to do it, I guess. You can definitely try for it. They don't have that many grenades either on the CT side, but certainly more than OG have. So it sort of feels like we're going to get just, a flash setup. I mean, they only really have 2 of them left, so even that might be a slight problem. And they're both going to be on this side. So there's going to be no flashes from the middle. That could have been very cool if they could have chucked one over the wall to go for it, but smokes are up now again. And yeah, once these guys get in connector, it's going to be go time.
Flash over. Perfectly done, though. Velda was turned away. So he gets that headshot on Kusto, goes for the peek. Bentet from the site, though, takes Alexi B's head off, and we're into a 4-on-4. OG trying to push onto this bomb site. It's just not going to pan out. Although, as I say that, Bentet is struggling to find this kill. It's only NBK alive, though, and Automatic will collect it. So 2-1. Gen.G stabilizing with their second round here on the CT side of Mirage. And, yeah, OG.
It's kind of an interesting round because it's great work from Valder in the middle, getting those 2 kills, one in window and one all the way around the catwalk. But it also happens so early on that the rest of the push coming in from the ramp and the hallway up here is sort of still segmented by, like, they can't really help each other out. Valder's stuck fighting in the middle on his own. It is a good idea, and it's just good fundamentals from OG to try and get that pincer movement in on the A bomb site, but you want it to be a surprise from the middle, right? You almost want to be fighting in the A bomb site pretty much when you're in connector and not when you're halfway down the middle. So just the timing, there's nothing that you could really control. But also no bomb plant, so yeah, Gen.G gonna get probably here a third round. So they're gonna start to feel a little bit good about that. Although I'm starting to feel like, because these second rounds are just won so often now by the team that lost the pistol, it's almost like mentally, surely everyone at this point has just got to be ready. As in, like, because 3 years ago you would have said, oh no, it's an absolute disaster, and like that's really hard. Like, I almost feel like now maybe more teams are like, yeah, whatever. Like, it happens all the time now. So
Standard.
what can we do?
That's actually a very good point, and I'm sure. Well, Yumi's on the stats right now. You could probably tell us just how often that's going right now in terms of second round Force Spies winning out. I know that there was a stat done by HLTV, but that was ages ago. It's not going to be relevant anymore. So a fresh stat would be interesting to know.
Yeah.
Off the top of our heads here for the second round Force Spies. That was Striker. I think that was Striker that was actually putting that together back in the day when it got big in terms of going for rifle Force Spies on the second round if you got the bomb plant on T side, and he actually determined that it wasn't as effective as everybody thinks. But
yeah, I'm sure that has been changed a fair bit since some of those stats were out there. Oh, Automatic kind of weirdly caught. He's hit a lot of people. They're going to be quick on the B bomb side. I think Korea's just has to try and stay alive here. That's got to be the name of the game. Spray down is pretty effective, but Exist comes in to try and help him out. Kuster as well. If he could get that second kill, that would have been everything. But instead, it's Valda with a double, and Bentet caught trying to get in, and they are kind of trickling into the bomb site a little bit one at a time here. But Gen.G, it's almost like they got slightly baited into doing that because of how those fights were taking place, and they knew Automatic was in middle, so it's not such a stretch to imagine that he would be moving up this way. They have a minute, though, to try and find him, and he's 8-1, so I wouldn't underestimate him with any weapon. He is capable of doing it all right now.
Certainly with the scope to once. I think he got like 4 of those kills in that scout round, or at least 3 of those kills with the scout. So he is dialed. He could be in a position here to catch them moving up CT. If he thinks about it, yes, he does. This is the angle to hold, but of course he can't know, and this is, yeah, it's just the way it goes. You know, it would have been insanely lucky for him to glance at CT spawn as they crossed.
And yeah, I mean, he doesn't have a lot of money. The rest of them, Kuster is a little bit low. You could justify going for this, but it is a massive risk to try it. Moving a little bit up. He's actually made a lot of noise, just hoping for an instant kill. He does have a smoke and a Molotov and a defuse kit as well. He could try and put it on the bomb and just hope that they make a big mistake. That actually goes way too wide. Yeah, Isa's going to shoot him in the back. Fair play to Tim for trying it out, but yeah, that will cost them the AWP and the round, obviously. So there was a moment there where it really felt like Gen.G were about to defend that bomb site.
Yeah, the spacing on OG, that's where you got to give them credit. They just kept pushing forward, and it was always somebody there to take the next fight.
Yeah.
And that's so crucial, because if it's even off by half a second there, they slow down just a little bit, Gen.G can stabilize and start watching each other's flanks. Instead, they keep fighting and fighting and fighting, and that's exactly how that's supposed to go with OG. Just maintain the man advantage and keep pressing.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
Excellent work there from OG. They got a second round on the board. It is going to be a force buy coming in from Gen.G. Light on the nades, though.
Did anyone hear Isa? I mean, you feel like Exist must have in some sense. Yeah, he threw in a grenade, so I think he is aware. Flash around the corner. Kusta just going to underhand that smoke through. It's forced out pretty early, though. I mean, still 1 minute and 23 seconds, so forcing out those smokes to the ramp is just fine for the minute. They're so deep in on the map. Look at Alexi B. He snuck through the connector onto the stairs here at the A-bomb site. And yeah, they just have no idea that needed to be a kill. That's very, very risky. Oh, man.
He's getting so much info, though. One CT, one site. What they don't know is where Kusta is playing from, but they can maybe assume that Kusta's still close. Nicely done by Alexi B. There's Mantu catching automatic, and now you're looking for Kusta. You know that somebody had an MP9 around here, and sure enough, he is going to get caught. So well aware of the situation there, OG. That was very clean.
Look at the damage on them. 25, 31, 31, 37. They're all very close to death. Not that it really matters now in the round, but... Oh, even catching that. He was hiding behind the potted plant, wasn't he?
Sick.
That's some camouflage.
Is this OG just taking control back now? Alexi V has imposed himself early in the half. No shenanigans. Keep your cool. Get in here.
That's a huge round, especially they win it flawless and no one goes down there on the OG side and they manage to creep in the middle like that. Wow.
Nicely done. So, Alexi B always zoned in. One of those fragging in-game leaders, so it was a bit of a shock to see him start with, with 0 kills, but that round he gets 2. He's on the board. They're certainly going to hear the footsteps, and yeah, sure enough. But Alexi B's going to get flanked. It's Mantu, though, taking shot after shot. He is under heavy pressure now. Molotov going to force him into the open. Oh, he gets him through the box.
He did. He actually connected with both of them. So, I mean, yeah, a little bit expensive, but not the end of the world for OG. I think they'll be all right with it.
That's where your brain already jumps to conclusion. Like, I'm seeing him just, he's going to get those kills, and then, no, they're still alive after he takes that shot. Wait, what? Your brain just shorts out?
Yeah, you're like, nope. Oh, man, it's good. I mean, it's a pretty good job for Mantu, nonetheless. He didn't seem like he was panicking. He was like, all right, whatever. Just got to take down as many as I can when they come for me, so... 4-3, though. 3 in a row right now for OG is a pretty good comeback. Gen.G going to be back with the rifles now, although they'll be lacking at least defuse kits and very many Molotovs and flashbangs, so we'll see. If OG just force out a couple of grenades here, they should be set up pretty nicely for any kind of an execute that they might want to go for.
Yeah, any nades at all right now. These 3 smokes for Gen.G are worth their weight in gold. And Automatic is going to throw one out already. So very early into the round here, many nades used for Gen.G. OG are going to be aware of this. They've gone ahead and just stomped around in mid, created as much noise as possible, try to force that utility out. And now they can rotate over and get a nice clean execute going. They'll have nade superiority. It's going to be very difficult for Gen.G to throw a wrench in things.
Yeah, they need to stop this right at the limit, right? You know, perimeter of that bomb site.
Yeah. Yeah, Bentet's in a position right now. This smoke could make a difference here for Bentet, and that's what he's hoping. As soon as he spots somebody, he's going to try and underhand it. Yep.
And they have time to wait it out, though. 50 seconds. I mean, it's no big deal for them right now. The other smoke is all the way over at the B-bomb side on Chris, so not going to really matter. It just has a flashbang, but what is that going to make? So they're just waiting out. Yeah, smart move from OG. And now, if they Molotov that sandwich position, the crews are going down, but Bentet could be almost dead immediately if they throw that one Molotov.
Oh, Velda did not spot the gun barrel. There it is. Perfect pounce there from Bentet. Automatic setting up as well. Going to find one, and he is trying to hold this line. Not going to do it. NBK with 2. Man advantage now for OG as they push on to the bomb site. Rotation coming in from Exist into CT, but that flash forces him back. Nicely done, though, by Crazy. Catches Alexi B looking the wrong way. So it's a 2-on-2 retake. And this needs to go their way. NBK running out of bullets.
Yeah, now they really need to think about the time that's left here. Again, they won't know that there's no kit in play, but suddenly that makes a massive difference in this round. Molotov on NBK. He's in a position to get caught, though, so might not be able to use it. He's thinking about it. He had it out for a minute, and he's going to be going down. And now it's on Mantu. The bomb, though, it is sort of planted for him. He's going to get that first kill, and then, yeah, just shoulder peeking it out, making sure Exist is not on it. Doesn't know if he has a kit or not, but he's got to run already. There's no chance here. Smartly played from Mantu, and he's going to come back even with a little bit of revenge, hunting him down and making sure he can't steal any of that. 11-4 on Mantu, and he played all of that perfectly. That's very cool.
That was ruthless as well, hunting him down at the P250 at the end. Just getting it done.
And once he gets the first kill and he's just in a one-on-one, he has to go for the immediate peek to make sure, because for all he knows, the other player could have been defusing for 3 seconds already, so he really has to check and make sure. Yeah, so like he's already instantly out there. It's very, very smartly done. 5-3. And OG's definitely looking stronger, more focused. It's the T side to remember that they're obviously the ones that are dictating the pace of the game right now. We don't know if it's going to, follow through onto the CT side, but it's a much better look than it was last time around, for sure. And Gen.G have, I think, maybe cheated themselves. I mean, it's partly due to the economy, but something they were pretty cool at last time we saw them play was some of this aggressive pushing, right? You would see Automatic with an AWP, sort of trying to push up somewhere to sneak in a kill, a B tunnel, something like that. So they haven't been doing that much. Now that I said Bentet is on an adventure out in the A hallways, but it's also tricky when you don't have the weapons. Maybe you don't feel like risking it, but I do think that is a level of their game that they could try and recover maybe a little bit later on. Gen.G that would maybe help them out.
Look at Bentet though, pushed all the way into Palace, into spawn, realizes that nobody's going to be pit either, and this is why we're seeing this beautiful stat coming out from Gen.G. 4 players on the B side ready and waiting for OG. OG are fixing to run into the blender here. This is about as bad as it gets, although this Molotov is going to force Kreese's hand. He is going to get caught, so that opens it up, but Automatic from the bench. The crossfire works wonderfully. He gets 2 kills with the help of his teammate, Kusta.
Yeah, they're actually slowing it down enough that now Bentet's got into position. Automatic will go down. Kusta back here, crouching from Valda. What a kill. That's actually very important. Again, Bentet nearly had the time that he needed, and Mantu smartly checking behind him. It's a very close round in many different ways there. Gen.G had it nicely figured out just because of that little bit of aggression from Bentet. So it doesn't change the fact that it's 6-3. That's a problem. Huge problem with Gen.G right now.
That's the absolute struggle right now. It looked so good with off of that second round. They were starting to chain it together. Looking more and more confident, but these force buys have come back to bite them. The low buys with the nades, just getting rifles. OG were able to take advantage of that. Now we're seeing the change of pace from OG. They know that this is the full buy that Gen.G have been saving for, and they are trying to ramp up the pressure immediately. Beautiful entry here from Velda. Takes Bentet before he can get away out of harm's way. And now a man advantage for OG. They haven't pushed onto the site itself, but they should have control in a moment.
Yeah, and they're fine with just taking this fight for a minute here, see if they could catch anyone else out. Kusta not quite flashed, and Alexei bomb is now on the ground, and Kusta can't follow up with a second kill, unfortunately, because that would have been maybe the round-winning move there. Exist, a little bit of damage pushed out. They do have just one more flashbang if they want to swing for the CT spawn, but without the flashbang, this becomes a suicide mission. So I'd say either call in Isa to throw that grenade, or just leave it alone and try and plant towards the open. Yep, there's the grenade around the corner. It doesn't actually... It goes a little bit too deep to catch Kriya, so he's still going to get the kill on MBK. And now Isa caught out in the open. Man, suddenly a 2-on-3 favoring Gen.G.
So much hesitation on OG's side. Oh, with the smoke going down, and this has created some room here for Velda to work with. He catches Automatic in the mid-window. We're into a 2-on-2, and that smoke getting thrown in by Kreese creates an opportunity here. However, Velda decides to push window, and Exist was ready and waiting for him, and now life gets very difficult. Mantu needs to spot it, and he annihilates Exist, and gets the follow-up. Unreal! The 180 clutch! Kreese, that was such a brutal shot onto Exist, but to get the follow-up as well.
That is an absolutely beastly performance coming up from Mantu. I can't actually believe that he had that turnaround. He just looked like a deer caught in the headlights, because he already fired that bullet and he was trying to get the next one in. He's like, oh no, and then it's just perfect. Wow.
Shoot.
14-4 on Mantu. He's determined not to have a repeat of the last performance. Some nice grenades landing there at top mid. That's simple but effective at the moment. But man, everything about that just looked like it was going to work out for Gen.G.
What a save, man.
Yeah.
What a save. But Mantu, yeah. I mean, he is integral to the success of OG. He is one of their hard carries on this roster. And so seeing him frag out versus Gen.G, I mean, that's going to give Alexei B a little bit of confidence here. It's going to maybe give him, you know, just a little bit less pressure on the shoulders. If he knows that he can count on Mantu to hit shots. I mean, Mantu is Mr. Reliable for OG. Even when things are going against him, it feels like he's never really off.
he's had some some really, really cool games. Definitely someone who does get, you know, sometimes left out of the conversation. I think when people talk about interesting AWP players, but yeah, when he's tuned into the game like this, it is enjoyable for sure. 2 versus 5 and OG. Again, this is the sort of stuff I kind of expect out of a team like OG, but which we didn't really see last time. But you know, this round is essentially won, but they're really being careful here. They're just sort of trying to stay grouped up. You can tell, even using some extra smokes to throw some fakes or whatever. But like, it's all worth it. Better than getting picked off one at a time, meandering around the map. So they're going to find an empty bomb site over here, which is just fine. And that'll be a 7th round in a row for them to win. It's pretty awesome at the moment.
Yeah, it's terrific. They've completely saved themselves here in this first half, and on their map pick for OG is worth pointing out that Mirage is theirs. We're going into Train next, and last time that was where Gen.G shone against OG. Managed to get that 2-0 win going. And so now, well, you know, we'll see if OG can redeem themselves or not.
That was a 16-5, I think, on Train. They won last time, so it was quite an outrageous victory, and that's about the time where I was losing my mind. From Gen.G's point of view, you think, well, what can they do here to try and improve things? Oh, Bente, that's actually very cool. Oh, does he get away from? No, that's so upsetting. He just played that so well.
So close. It's like the finest of margins at that point.
But from Gen.G's point of view, they've just taken a tactical timeout to talk things over. I'm trying to think of what would be the right way to try and handle some of this. I don't think they've been that bad at least showing some aggression, or like intermittent aggression in the middle. I think that's all right. They had that one round where Bentet was sneaking up in the A palace, but I don't know if they want to do even more than that. OG aren't leaving themselves very open. They're not being that aggressive either, so you know, like, you could also just be walking into a trap. It's sort of hard to say what the right move is right now for Gen.G. Oh, all right.
All right, yeah.
That was a cool effect.
Didn't know if that was me or not for a second there. I was like, oh, this is it, Anders.
Am I having a stroke?
It's all good. Yeah. It's been a good run.
Sounded like one of those ambulance things, you know? You got like the red shift, blue shift thing.
It sounded like the noise that all flying saucers make in all cartoons.
It's true.
You know?
Of course. Yeah.
I was waiting for you to say, but that's how they actually sound in reality, Augusta.
I knew I was being baited. but also they are real, so just putting that out there. Listen, I'm telling you.
Let's get into it. OG. They are definitely in control of the situation now. Done a good job so far, at least of forcing out some of this utility from Gen.G. That's going to be crucial. But again, Gen.G, I mean, Bentet is not messing around. He is still hanging very close to Pit, and this will be a duel between him and Issa in a moment. As that smoke clears, curious to see what Issa decides to do. Yep, there it is, the peak, and he takes that fight, but Bentet annihilates him.
I think he probably felt like that was way favoring him at that point in time, you know? Just catching him out. He didn't get flashed at all. He's like, fine, whatever. If you're going to swing, I'm ready for it. But Bentet is... I don't know how close that shot was, but you could almost feel it. Anyway, we're down to 35 seconds here, so OG have left themselves almost no time at all to make this work. In fact, it's kind of critical. It's red alert time here. Sound the alarm and go to a bomb site right now. You're going to run out of time. That smoke is down at a really incredible time as well, so they almost have to flash their way through. I think waiting around for this is a bit of a nightmare. Exist on the other side smartly, just trying to counter that whole thing in automatic, saving him, and I think that is all they needed. So OG, I think... You know, expecting more of a fight, expecting to be able to recover that round from just waiting and letting Gen.G make a mistake, which they never made. Good job on Gen.G, finally getting back in the game a little bit here.
Yeah, and keeping all 5 players alive as well.
Yeah.
That is critical going forward. Now they can just get full nades, and, you know, should they lose, they still have that loss bonus gathered up. They won't be, I mean, it won't be a total disaster for them. So 5 alive, and yeah, that was a brilliant shot from Bentet. Super clean. The save from automatic.
It's the kind of friends you want, isn't it?
Got his back. Got his back. And do we have... Yes, okay, we do have a tactical timeout getting called here by OG.
That's fair. I mean, they're going to have money for this round and for the next round even. I mean, there's still some good back there on Man2. So that they have the space to figure out exactly what they want to do. And maybe also want to, you know, just calm things down a little bit here, because that round was not quite like the others. So if you were gonna make the team consolidate a little bit and make sure no one's just drifting off into their own minds, then now is maybe the time for it. We shall see. They've got not really. I love it when you get that spawn, the closest spawn to A, and you can just run straight for the fight, especially with the AWP. I think it's always a good surprise if you manage to do it.
All out aggression. I like it. Catch them jumping across bench. That's the spot.
But they're throwing the same grenades like they did earlier, pretending that it's sort of an A attack. That they have that wall going on over towards the jungle. So these are the same nades that we saw earlier when they went straight for it. Of course, now we can tell they're slowing it down in a completely different manner. So we'll see if that's going to be paying off or not. Automatic, essentially a free kill for him on MBK. That's also confirmation, even if Gen.G already would have known, wait a minute, it's not quite the same thing, but now we see some mid-presence from OG. Now we're definitely sure we're up against something new.
Yeah, they did not see anything coming in from pit either. Oh, this is going to be unfortunate. Oh, no way, Montu. How many shots are you going to hit, dude?
And he got dinked. If you're Bentet, you're thinking, well, if I have an AK, you're just dead. So I guess you win this time. Molotov, grenade all the way back there. Oh, so much damage. Kusta, he should have been dead. He actually takes Man2 with him somehow. Automatic going down. And Valda now clearing B. But they have the bomb here. They're surely not going to be falling back. I feel like that is a massive risk.
Wow.
They actually look like they're going to be threading the needle. But this is... Now, though, Valda is in the market waiting. And it's very hard to check this corner all the way behind the shelves here. It's so difficult to do.
This is the one. This is such a big round. And can they go together? Exist and Kreese need to work together on this one. They need to set themselves up to trade.
Wow.
No way does Exist get that kill. Valda, what is going on?
Yeah.
It's all over the place.
There should be confirmation of what's next, surely. Now, Isa still has a Molotov, and they have no smokes on the other side. So if somehow he can stay alive up here, he's getting flanked. So he's going to win at least one of those fights, maybe. Yeah, it's just going to be the one. But if he can just stay up here and has the lineup for the Molotov down there, they could still win it just based on that. Oh, but he's a little bit slow. Definitely had the opportunity there. And now it's on Alexi B. 1 versus 3, and there's plenty of time. They've got kits and everything else. He's going to get that kill almost for free, but being immediately shot on the side of the head. It's Exist to take him down. And Gen.G with a round that they probably should not have won here.
2 failed duels.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, 2 failed duels for OG leads to that round loss. And well, this was, I mean, it was a nice change, but that was unreal. Montu, that shot is so nuts.
I'm wondering, oh man, I wish I could see the radar when they get this kill, because I'm even wondering if they couldn't have just flashed through the market window, for Valda instead of him just peeking it raw. And you can also tell, by the way, he wasn't peeking that with sort of the full commitment. He was just saying, let me just see, like, let me just shoulder peek to see that if anyone is, there looking in towards the B bomb site. So it was sort of like a little bit half-hearted, and that's probably what got him killed. But also credit to Exist for getting those kills. It's actually really impressive. All right, full setup here, and there's only going to be one defender Bentet towards the CT spawn. Presumably going to get smoked off real soon.
Beautiful wall. That's a flawless wall of smokes going down right now. One place that they can be under pressure is CT, and you see Bentet dropping that smoke to create a little bit of room for himself. But at some point, these guys are going to have to commit and take advantage of these smokes going down exactly before they clear. So the bomb has now been planted, and the ball is in Gen.G's court. They have to be the ones now to initiate. And Kusta's a man on a mission. Only issue is he's being checked, and Valda's just not expecting him to be there that early.
It looked like he was even visible, at least from our point of view, like he actually saw him a second before, but I guess not. And now they are definitely boxed in some good grenades there on Gen.G. They could absolutely be winning a 6th round here, and that'd be massive. Man2 taking a kill. Oh, they look like he was flashed there, maybe by a teammate as well. But the kills come through anyway, and it's Man2 and Isa left. 2 versus 4 here. It's going to be very hard to hold on to this bomb plant. 3 seconds left. He sees the lineup, though. Isa, that's a massive kill. And now they might be in trouble anyway. They're starting to back on out. The bomb is going to get every single one. And it will be another round for OG, man. Oh, that one kill, it was even closer than I thought. They just needed that, and they would have won the round.
That was the hero kill coming in. And so here, this is the full, beautiful execute coming in from OG. You really do like Mirage executes, just, you know, just all the wall, perfect, going down, the nade usage, and then getting the bomb down early. That's what saved them. Getting the bomb down so early.
They're just, yeah, you're right. No, you're absolutely right. Which, by the way, now that you mentioned, that's a very common mistake that the T's do on this map. You know, you set it all up, and then you're just waiting around, and then you don't have anything else to go off.
We already saw that once from OG earlier, where they kind of just, you know, didn't commit. They weren't quite sure. And that hesitation will cost you. This time around, however, it is going to be Kusta once again with the MP9. Bentet there to double tap it. And it's a man advantage for Gen.G going into the final round of this first half. 9 rounds on the board for OG. And just 2 players left alive here as they tried to go for, looked like a rinse-repeat sort of thing, except that they wanted to get scrimmy. Just get out before the smokes. Don't even bother.
Yeah, but I mean, again, I think they've been throwing so many different timings at this A-bomb site, so just hoping for it. Look at the peek behind the debris of that HE grenade. Automatic, he's 1 kill behind Man 2, so it really has been those two going head-to-head in this first half. But it's OG at the end of it with 9 rounds, Gen.G with 6 rounds. Still a very open game, but it is tilting towards OG at the moment, no doubt about that. We'll see how that goes in the second half when we come back after the break.
And so we're back into it now. OG and Gen.G changing sides. OG on the CT side, Gen.G on the T side. And already we're going to see what Gen.G have got in store for us here. They looked very confident, or competent rather, in that first half, managing to collect 6 rounds by the end of it. So a little bit rough in the middle, but then stabilizing towards the end. And that's the important bit, because now they're going into their pistol round, and they need to hit some headshots.
Yes, they do. Well, they make it past the random shots from an XCB into NBK. Oh, USB, there's so many Glocks coming through. Oh, man. I don't know what he would have ever done to make it out of that one. And now the B-bomb site's empty, and it's going to be a really odd retake coming in here from OG. Currently no smoke picked up, and I don't know if they're going to find one either. I don't think NBK, even if he had one, probably someone else would have stolen that already. So it's going to be a very weird retake. Flashbangs to do it. They're going to have, well, one chance and then another one, and then they're probably going to go. And if they don't make it out here, I don't think this is ever going to be even close. All right, just going to throw the one grenade. Man 2, good start. Follow up. Oh my God, they're wrecking them on the retake right now. Just beyond Benset left, and that is so flawless. Oh man.
What?
Well then, whatever. Have it your way.
Happen?
No one knows. They murdered them all somehow.
They did. They murked them.
That's wild, isn't it? Why is that happening?
Let's see again. Well, Montu is it's just more of the same from Montu. He is ruthless. Didn't even stop.
That's absolutely incredible, isn't it? Triple kill for Mantu, yeah.
He's just so in the zone that he's hunting. He's still hunting for targets, even after getting that last one. Like, what?
Yeah. Give me more. Feed me.
What a beast.
Well, 10-6. Amazing stuff. Mantu at 21 and 8. And it really does seem like the force that's opposite him at the moment is Automatic, who is 17 and 10, which is still a really incredible scoreline.
Yeah, Tim showing that he still got it.
For sure. That's, in many ways, one of the worst things about Tim's career right now, is that he's definitely still got it. So why can't we just, you know, find the perfect constellation of players to fit around him?
Yeah.
It's starting to become really annoying.
Oh, Velda's going to be in for a rough time here in a moment as Kreese comes around the corner. He'll pick up 2 kills, make that a 3rd. Let's see. Not quite going to manage that one. Kusta's finally going to take him down, but 2 for 1. Better than I thought he was going to get, to be fair. I thought it was going to be a single kill, and that would be it. So, Mantu's going to catch Kusta in the end. The bomb is all the way over in B. So, Existent Automatic, what do? You're kind of screwed here.
Yeah, they're just fighting for, you know, just try and kill Issa.
Glory.
Yeah, something like that.
Vengeance.
So we're never going to make this round work, but let's just give it our very best here. Oh, Kusta, oh, sorry, Automatic back there. Can he do anything? No, he's going to get taken down. So only losing Valdiv. So that's a very good round. 11-6. No bomb plant. This is all starting out so well for OG. In fact, it's very hard to imagine how Gen.G are going to stop OG from winning 5 more rounds throughout the rest of this map. It just doesn't. When you put it like that, I don't see how that's going to happen right now.
Yeah, this time OG winning all their duels. They managed to pick up the pistol and get the follow-up. So no shenanigans early in the half from Gen.G. It's OG just establishing control, and they are going to get the full buy. No hesitation, no cut corners either from OG. Full nades. They do not want to let Gen.G pull a fast one on them here.
Yeah, they've got that focus back that was just completely lacking the first time these two teams played. And, I mean, got to give credit to OG, although I still don't think that focus should ever be missing. The fact that it was missing to begin with, I can't just erase from my memory. But I'm happy to see that it's that's not what we're watching right now. So I think that's one of the big differences here. It's just that they were looking very confused last time around, not so much now.
Yeah, it's one of the things. I mean, it's kind of why they are coming from that Tower of Babel group.
Oh yes,
getting the international rosters to work, it's so tough in terms of communication. Nice control there. Issa still hunting for more. He will go down, but the only one, and they'll be able to save that M4, Alexi B or MBK. Yep, we'll go ahead and swap out. So no real loss.
I'm starting to wonder. I mean, this is always such a dangerous path to go down in terms of
what, the Tower of Babel?
The Tower of Babel. No, well,
yeah.
that is fascinating in many ways, I think. But no, you look at Alexi. You mentioned earlier as a fragging in-game leader, and I completely agree with you. But of course, in this game, he's 6 and 12, and you wonder if that is actually a reflection of him really taking the reins of the team. I'd be super interested to know what the analysts think about that. You know, without revealing obviously anything about what they're doing. But I think in general, I think it'd be worth contrasting how much is Alexi being charged of this team versus last time, because if that's one of the differences, well, then we know what the solution is for OG, right? Never let go of the reins ever again if you're Alexi. You just make them all shut up and play the game the way you're playing it.
Could very well be the case, yeah. I mean, it certainly is efficient, but you still can't not. You're going to have to find that middle ground, right? Just because the fragging in-game leader seems like everybody has to be fragging now, or it's just too much dead weight.
Oh yeah, you can't go completely missing. I agree, definitely not.
Well, as far as OG are concerned right now, they are on the hunt for Gen.G. And Gen.G have elected to back off. I wonder what's prompting this. Did they hear a footstep on short? Was there some kind of info there that gave it away? Because they don't have a presence on A to know that there's a push or anything coming.
Yeah, that's a good question. They've had Kusta waiting in the middle for a long time, and he has seen no one over on that side for the minute. Valda's been here the whole time. I don't think... Yeah, he's never going to really give this one up. Molotov could be really annoying for him, though. If they time it right, Molotov or flashbang to this corner, it could definitely work. They're running right around, and Valda... I mean, that's such an easy fight for him to win in so many ways. He hears the footsteps, and now there's 30 seconds, and they're going to try and make their way through connector onto the A-bomb site. Bomb is down as well, and this is looking like just a very confused round coming out from Gen.G at the moment. In fact, they are getting slaughtered here. Man2, well, it doesn't even matter if it's a shot or not, does it? Flashed in, an assist, trying to take some more people with him into the ground. It'll be finally Valda to drop him at the end, so that's all fine. It's 13-6. Again, no bomb plant. So they're in trouble.
Just enough for Gen.G to go for a buy. But yeah, this lack of a bomb plant, it's just showing that not only are they not getting kills, because OG keeps surviving the 3 at least, but they're not having any success getting on site. So that really doesn't bode well at all for a T side here on Mirage.
It almost looked like they wanted to find a quick kill over in B, and then when that didn't happen, they were like, oh, I guess we'll just meander down.
Yeah, what do we do next? Shoot.
Yeah, take a detour or something. Like that didn't. It's fine. It's fine if it seems very deliberate. Let go B, stay there for 10 seconds, try and get a kill on the guy jumping. If that doesn't happen, you know, we're back into like some sort of an A split with something else. But it didn't seem like there was that level of determination at all. What was it? 30 seconds when Kusta went down to Valda in towards the ladder room. That's really not a lot of time. At that point, you know, one mistake, again, the bomb drops or anything, you're in trouble. That smoke is clearing. Valda, he's just thinking about it. Man2, gonna get the kill on Krias. That's gonna be a little bit annoying. We'll put up a smoke, but they get the refrag on Valda, so it's not all bad here for Gen.G. They've left Kusta in a position where normally he'd be able to hear so many people rotate. Now, most of the people are actually behind him, but it's still a really solid idea, this one. Even if you're going for a B attack, it's so cool to have someone here. Although, oh no, Alexi-B's got the right idea. He's going to see it beforehand, and Kusta goes down. He wanted to sort of press the issue a bit much, and now they're actually in trouble. A lot of trouble.
They just heard that drop as well. So the B defense is aware of what's happening, and you even have the push from Alexi-B now, clearing out mid, and BK. Automatic speed don't even touch the floor before he gets his head taken off.
Yeah, they're all here. I mean, there's not much they can do.
The main thing, the way that I'm reading this right now, though, is that if Gen.G don't kill Mantu, then they just can't win the round.
That's probably true.
It's like they kill Valda. Okay, is Mantu still alive? Yes. Okay, then.
He's 28 and 8.
He's at 28 and 8. That's an insane.
What a monster.
Insane scoreline.
I don't know. I feel like Kusta was... It looked like Kusta was slightly being told in that moment, like, go find a kill. And I'm not sure that can't really be the priority. I feel like it has to be something more like that B hit has to work, and then Kusta's position becomes worth 10 times as much. Oh, a nice shot from Bentet. Taking down Valde, who was trying to take that fight straight up and just got destroyed. So that's a good start here, if nothing else. Get that M4 on their side, but they're so far behind. 14-6 right here, and I don't know. They need more than a miracle at the moment.
With the raid boss lives. Mantu, he's up on ticket as well. Isa, is he going to walk into this? He would have the advantage if he takes this peek against Exist, if he decides to step in, but that would be really committing to the line. Oh, this is... There you go, buddy. Picks him up. He realized, he knew what was going on here. And now he's just waiting to drop that smoke. Every second is priceless here for Gen.G. And considering he has no idea that the man's already made it past yet, that one shot is going to give it away, and now it's going to be the push. Mantu finds a man in mid, and Isa annihilates them one after the other. Kreese is going to find an angle. But again, Mantu's still here. Isa doesn't even need a peek. Mantu's got the cross.
Yeah. Give it to Mantu. 30th kill.
There you go. 30 bomb.
In just 21 rounds. Well, I mean, Listen, there's going to be presumably some amount of focus will go towards Mantu and his performance, and I think that's all fair. You know, you should definitely give him credit for this one. But it's just, fortunately for OG, it is not the only thing that's looking better for them, which I think that would be actually a sign of worry if you had to say, well, they're still playing just as poorly as a team, but Mantu's playing well. That would be a sign for real concern. That's just not what we're seeing at the moment, in my opinion. So, yeah, this is something else. Nice nade.
Super solid.
And actually, weirdly, I think the uptake in focus for OG is sort of matched by a lack of decision making from Gen.G side on this T side, which is really not what we were seeing last time either. From memory, they looked so much more decisive. Like they would follow through way more often on their calls, and now you could sort of tell they're like, oh, but then wait, and then down the middle, and like it just all looks really weird from that point of view.
And the automatic engine has kind of run out of fuel here. He's still sitting at 17 kills. He's not quite having that impact that we saw in the first half.
You gotta feed him something to get back in there. Don't know what. What do you do?
Get that man a Red Bull.
Something like that. What's the fuel for Tim? I don't know. Whatever it takes, because probably not in this map, but then at the very least at the second one, which will be trained. Again, I will remind you, I think they won that 16-5 or something like that of Gen.G. So that could still be a very rough time coming up for OG on the second map. I doubt it'll be this one. At the corner waiting, Valde has got a Molotov and an HE grenade, so he could do some damage. Oh no, he can't do anything at all. That's a nice peek from Automatic. Taking down Valde. Bentep will follow it up. LXCV gets dropped, and Isa. Wild Spray, I can't believe he got the double. He should have been absolutely dead. That is such a misstep. And now NBK showing up. Gen.G, this is so nicely lined up. They had just done everything right to win this, and now they're in trouble. 10 seconds on the clock. 2 on 2. They need to get the kills and get the bomb down right now. Somehow Mantu lives, and now Automatic. It's a good no-scope, but with 4 seconds left, Mantu just waiting, and he's just going to try and take the shots through. Oh, the bomb is planted. How is he still alive? Mantu on the other side versus Tim. The battle that's been going on all throughout, and it'll be Mantu to take him down. His final victim, 31 kills, and a 16-6 scoreline here in favor of OG, man. That's the best way that could have ended.
The slight grin there from Mantu at the end. Ever so slight. You missed it. You blink and you miss it. But some satisfaction. For an instant, we saw it. It was there. It was real. But the focus right now, OG know that they are not done yet. That was their map pick. So they get a decisive win on Mirage. Excellent stuff. But now you're going into Train. And this is where Gen.G trashed you last time. So you got to stay focused. You got to keep your head in the game. But first, before we get to that second map, we're going to hear what our analysts have to say after the break.